Did anything really happen in this episode? I guess with the Elrond and Durin storyline, stuff happened. But like starting off with Galadriel and all the people in the Southlands, everything is all red, right? Because of the ash and the volcano and all that stuff. And Isildur and them are looking through the rubble trying to find somebody, and they saw a soldier, and Isildur's trying to get to him, and the soldier's like, he's gone. I'm sitting there like, I don't even know who you are.
I don't even know who you are.
The issue is, we didn't spend enough time with these characters. We have no clue who these people are. Like, and on top of that, with all the red and the ash on everybody, I can't tell who anybody is. So that's pretty much what the Southland story was. Just pretty much like gathering all their fallen brethren. And we find out that Muriel is blind. And everybody thinks Isildur is dead. The show is trying to build a suspension with Isildur's death, but we already know he didn't die. They actually, the scene where we find out that Muriel can't see, right? She's like, okay, when are we going to get out of the fog or get out of the ash or whatever, right? And Elendil is like, we've been out for about an hour. And she goes, I see. And I was about to make a joke. And Elendil goes up to her and makes the joke for me. She says, do you really? I mean, what's up with this writing, man? Is that line supposed to be taken seriously? Like, come on, man. Dude, also, her eyes are fine. She has no damage to the eyes. This is not like Neo going blind where his eyes are completely soldered shut and like it looks bad. She wasn't stabbed to the eye or anything. She looks completely fine. Why on earth is she wearing a blindfold? I thought she didn't want anybody to know she was blind, right? That's what she said. She said, Elendil, take on the horse. Lead me. She doesn't want anybody to know she's blind before anybody finds out. And now she's wearing a blindfold, a bright red blindfold. I think that's, okay. Let's go to the Harfoots. The Harfoots are already having trouble too. They're busy eating ashen fruit, burnt up fruit. They're plucking burnt fruit off the tree because, the volcano exploded and we got debris falling everywhere. So they're pretty close to Mordor, right? That's kind of odd. Because I was thinking like at the point where the wizard, he does like a magic spell on the tree trying to bring the life back. And eventually it does. And the next day they come up and it's like all green. So I'm thinking like, oh, he created the Shire. But how did the debris off of the volcano reach there? They got to be close to Mordor, to the Southlands. I would imagine so, unless the debris is flying through the air like a meteor. But yeah, man, the wizard got kicked out because he freaked out. Like, I don't understand. Like, these Harfoots, I get what everybody's saying. These Harfoots are horrible people, right? They're like, nobody's left behind, but they do leave people behind if they can't keep up. And I don't know, especially Nori. He tried to bring the life back to the tree, and the tree branch broke and fell on Nori and this other kid because they jumped in the way. Well, that kid was in the way. Nori jumped to protect him, and then the tree fell. And they're all looking at the wizard like, oh my gosh, this is your fault. Look what you did. Nah, you were in the way. He didn't control the tree branch falling. He was trying to bring the tree back to life. Same goes to when that other episode where he had his hand in the puddle and it was turning to ice, and Nori reached out and touched, like, he's muttering some elvish language, and he's freezing his arm up, and you go to touch him, and you fall back and get scared, and you're scared of him, and you think it's his fault, like he did it on purpose. He didn't do it on purpose. The tree branch didn't fall on purpose. He didn't do that on purpose. Well, anyways, she tries to make amends by giving him an apple, and then he leaves because he realizes he's not wanted there anymore. I don't get how all these Harfoots turned against the wizard so fast. Especially Nori and her family. She's talking about how, oh, I wish I didn't go to the meteor. You're right, Mom. We're just Harfoots and all that stuff. Did they forget that the wizard saved them from the wolves? That he dragged their cart all this way? Like, your dad couldn't do it, so he did it because, he broke his foot. You owe him. Like, he's there. He's been there. Like, I mean, I guess you just got scared of this guy. I don't know why. You're blaming him for all the calamity that's happened to you when, like, okay, they just have a change of heart. That's why, man, like, everybody's saying these Harfoots are not good heart. Their hearts are not as big as their feet. Their hearts are probably as big as their toe. I'll give them the big toe, okay? I'll give them the big toe. We have the priest, bald lady, come up trying to look for the wizard. They're Sauron sympathizers, I think, right? So they're trying to find Sauron, and they go over and touch the tree, and they pinpoint the wizard's location. That theory with Angry Joe said that Halbrand and the wizard are two halves of one Sauron, and that's making some sense to be honest, right? Because why else are these guys looking for the wizard? If maybe to stop him, but it seems like he's gonna be a bad guy, like he has some evil entity. I'm thinking that could actually be a genuine possibility, and him not being Gandalf. Or they do some crazy thing and like Gandalf is a good half of Sauron or something. I don't know, bro. I don't know. They're messing up everything, so who knows what they're gonna do. But let's jump to the most interesting part of the story. Elrond and Durin, right? So Elrond and Durin, they end up, going to hunt down the Mithril, right? Mining for the Mithril, even though Durin's dad said he shouldn't. Durin realizes that this is actually the last chance for the elves, and he really needs to save his friend. He cares about his friend. His friend is like a brother to him. And that pissed off his dad. So he closed up the Mithril mine, right? They found a bunch of Mithril. Turns out, all the way at the bottom of that mine is the Balrog. Remember the backstory for Mithril? The light of the Eldar from one of the elves or something like that, and the darkness of a Balrog came together and formed Mithril. And that Balrog is down there in the mines, and they're going to close it up. So we'll see what happens with that. We also get a scene of Disa and Durin talking about this. Before Durin comes to the realization that he really needs to help his friend Elrond, they show up. Disa is smithing. Like, why is the wife of the prince smithing? Like, it looked weird, man. It looked odd, in my opinion. In the meantime, Galadriel and Theo are together. They finally get back to the camp, and Theo runs over to his mom, hugs her and stuff. Well, at first he didn't know she was alive or whatever. But then he sees Arondir, and he runs to him and hugs him. Like, you hated this guy, right? And now you're hugging him like he's your stepdad. Okay, I mean, I don't buy it, but whatever. So Galadriel goes to Halbrand. We find out that Halbrand has this mortal wound. He is so wounded, he's in bed, right? He barely survived, right? Everybody thought he was dead. So he's laying there in bed, and Galadriel looks at him, right? There's going to be some love thing with them too. But Galadriel looks at him, and he's like, wow, this needs elvish medicine. So no human medicine can cure this guy, can fix this guy. He needs elvish medicine. What's the next thing that happens? He gets up, starts walking, gets on his horse, and him and Galadriel are galloping all the way to Lindon. I thought this guy was barely lying down. How is he walking and riding a horse? But yeah, man, that's it. Nothing much happened in this episode. I guess, again, Elrond, Durin, some stuff progressed forward. Not much is going on, man. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the episode down below in the comment section. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in episode 8, right? We're on 8 now. Dang. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.